So we got Ksoo trial. If you haven't hit that notification bell, that like button, make sure that you do if you enjoy the content. So this is a minute since this whole situation happened back in 2020. We ended up figuring out that Ksoo got picked up, ATK Scotty, ATK Butta, and we also seen that Ksoo father ended up getting picked up in the situation too. But the whole situation got crazier when we figured out that his father, Ksoo father, was supposed to be testifying against him. And then after that, the whole situation went dead. We seen that Ksoo was trying his best to get bail, but it wasn't really working. So it seemed like Young Ace was really helping out. He's still helping out with everything in order to actually get him out. And the biggest thing that I kept hearing was the height difference between the person in the dash cam video, or in the video that showed like the dude holding the gun and running through the I guess the shopping plaza where the situation happened. And they were saying that it couldn't have been Ksoo in that situation because he just don't even match the person, the height and everything, and they couldn't really find too much on him. So his lawyer ended up going crazy when this trial first started. She ended up picking up everything they could have said about him, and she ended up disproving everything, saying the height, talked about the phone, like it wasn't even no text between Hakeem, which is Ksoo. He wasn't really involved in the situation. They didn't see him in a car or anything like that, and that's what they trying to disprove. But the biggest things against him is his homie like Butta, and also his father is basically giving a description and saying it was him who carried it out.
It's clearly not him. The only eyewitnesses that will say that the shooter is Hakeem are the ones who have cut deals, because not one piece of that evidence is going to be direct evidence that Hakeem Robinson is a shooter.
So like I said, she ended up picking everything apart. She started off with Ksoo father phone, his brother phone, Scotty, Butta, all of their phones was in communication about this whole situation. But the only person who wasn't, which is Hakeem, Ksoo, she ended up saying he wasn't seen in the car, anything like that. They said they did kind of find like fingerprints, but they found a lot of other people's fingerprints, and of course they friends. She said they not disputing that they friends, and of course they was probably in the car, so that's not a good piece of evidence that he was in the car at some point. And she just pretty much is going off. But the biggest thing is that his brother, his Butta was testifying against him, his father. Butta ended up first identifying him, saying like that's what Ksoo was wearing that day. Ksoo jumped out the car, and he ended up doing it.
What happened after Hakeem jumped out of the Nissan?
Shot at him.
Shot at who?
McCormick.
Did McCormick stay there?
No.
What'd he do?
Ran.
What did Hakeem Robinson do?
Chased him.
And then did what?
Killed him.
And I think the crazy part about all of this, he's doing it because they got him on another situation where they said he was involved in something, so he's trying to reduce his sentence. And I heard that he's agreed to do like 20 years. He's trying to get 20 years out of this, so he's telling for 20 years. So that is kind of crazy. But moving on to like Ksoo's dad, he ended up talking, and he ended up testifying against him, and he was crying why he was telling them who actually did it. He said the reason he did do it was because his kids, he got a lot of kids that he's saying that's looking up to him, looking forward to him coming home, and he said that's what he wanted to do. So he giving up one kid just so he can make it home to the other.
When you viewed that recording, recognize the person depicted in it?
Yes.
Who is the person that was captured on the video recording shooting Charles McCormick?
My son.
What's your son's name?
Hakeem.
So after seeing this, it's kind of hard to see where the jurors are go, because his lawyer did a good job of disproving a lot of stuff that happened. But on the other hand, when you see his friend, when you see his father go against him and basically tell the same story of what actually happened, it's kind of hard to basically say he didn't do it. But y'all let me know in the comment section how you feel about it, and whether you think Ksoo gonna actually make it out of this case. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.